Hello and welcome to your daily crypto news. If you don't mind, go ahead and stop what you're doing, hit that like button. When you guys shoot us likes, that means that more people are going to be able to see these videos, and the easier it's going to be for crypto to go mainstream when our YouTube videos are everywhere. So just go ahead and do us a favor, hit that like button. Coin market cap is on fire today, and not in a good way. Everything is dropping. 10% losers, 15%, 20% losers. Everything is losing today. It seems like nothing is really going up. So maybe we're not on the bull run that a lot of people have predicted. So the total market cap right now is $313 billion. That number dipped very close to the 200s earlier today. The smallest that we've seen in quite some time. Bitcoin at this point is up to $8,211. That was in the high sevens earlier today. And as you can tell from a lot of these charts on the right side, right now we've had a little bit of a bounce back up, but earlier in the day we dropped tremendously. So what were 10%, 15% losses for some of these coins, now it's down to between 5 and 10% for a lot of them. So take a quick look at the biggest gainers of the day. Ontology, Verge continuing to pump on the heels of Verge supposedly having some big partnership announcement and asking their community for a pump. And by the looks of these gains, you'll see that there are only 8 tokens that have gained over the last 24 hours. That's a lot of red. So these ERC20 tokens are pumping, or at least not having as dramatic losses as some of these other coins. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. So, and then when we look at the biggest losers of the day, Storm, Icon, Metal, these are all coins that have kind of pumped earlier. Like if you look here at Metal at their chart and also at Storm, you'll see some very sharp pumps for them, and they're just kind of on corrections right now. So let's go ahead and jump right into the news. We're going to be looking at a very important story for crypto today. We're going to be looking at something that's just pretty fun and, kind of getting crypto in the mainstream and in pop culture. And then number 3, something that is not so good for crypto. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the big news of the day is that CoinBase is going to be adding ERC20 token support to its platform. So let's just go ahead and read the announcement. We're excited to announce our intention to support the Ethereum ERC20's technical standard for Coinbase in the coming months. This paves the way for supporting ERC20 assets across Coinbase products in the future, though we aren't announcing support for any specific assets or features at this time. We are announcing this both internally and to the public as consistent with our process for adding new assets. So this is really big. This is the first notion that Coinbase has given us that they are going to be adding more coins. They have been very vague about this and have been adamant that they haven't made any decisions on what's going on there. Just cue back to January when Brian Armstrong, the CEO, said that Ripple would not be added to Coinbase at that time. In my opinion, and if you go look at the charts, that is when everything started to crash. So the fact that Coinbase is saying that now they're really entertaining adding some ERC20 tokens, this could be huge news. So let's backtrack for a second. If you don't know what an ERC20 token is, it's very simple. It is a token that is built on Ethereum's platform. So let's just take a look at what some of the top ERC20 tokens are, because I'm sure you've heard of some of them. We have, of course, EOS. We have Tron, VeChain, Icon, Binance Coin, Omiz Go. I can go ahead and tell you I don't think Binance Coin will be going on Coinbase. Waltonchain, like I mentioned before, one of my favorites. And then it just goes down from there. The rest of them, KuCoin shares you may have heard of. Ethos, we talked about a little bit yesterday. But really those first 7 are your big ones right now. But outside of those top 7, there are plenty more tokens that you've probably heard of. Dragon Chain, Funfair, Salt. There are just so many coins built on this platform. Now, some of them eventually have plans to make a move from the Ethereum network to their own network. But for right now, these are all on the network. So which one of these are going to be added? Well, we just don't know. But I do think some definitely candidates would be Omiz Go, Request Network. I think possibly Waltonchain has a chance to get on there. And, there are several that have a chance. But what will it be? We ultimately just don't know. So if you have an opinion, or you think you might know something that might be going on Coinbase from the ERC20 token list, you can go ahead and drop that in the comments below. We'd love to take a look at it and research it a little bit. But what we do know is it's very unlikely that Coinbase would make this announcement and not have plans for some kind of token being added soon. So one coin that a lot of people are speculating could be going on Coinbase is the 0x coin. I think I had previously been calling it OX. I think it's 0x if you look. It's not an O, it is 0. And then, of course, you can just tell by looking at the symbol ZRX. Maybe I should have known that. But, it is pumping today. It's up about 12%, as you can see here. And I think maybe that could be indicative of that community thinking that they're the one that's going to go on Coinbase. So once again, we just don't know, but this is a definite candidate for you to research. Okay, so let's talk about why Coinbase has came out with this announcement today. Well, what has happened in the last week that's been all over the news? Binance. So it looks like Coinbase may have realized that they actually have a competitor. And I know in the crypto community, for those of us who are very, very into crypto, I think I would be very hard-pressed to find anyone who prefers Coinbase to Binance. So now that Binance is offering in the future a crypto to fiat exchange and they're moving to Malta, this is bad news for Coinbase. So I think that Coinbase right now, what we may see is them doing some things in order to pump traffic to their site, in order to spread good news about themselves, because Binance is coming. So for me, the sooner Coinbase adds these, just the better it's going to be, because maybe that can be the thing that can propel us back into some positive gains. I'm going to stop saying bullish. I don't even know, at this point, if we go up a little bit, is it bullish? If we go down a little bit, is it bearish? I just don't know what really to classify the movement we're seeing right now. But I know that ultimately it's just not good, and I would really prefer to go back to December, November, when we were getting gains. I will pump you up. So this is a pretty fun story for crypto, which is that on Silicon Valley, which is a HBO series. If you haven't watched it, it's about some young guys who have a startup in Silicon Valley, and it just kind of follows them, as they start their company. So last night on the episode, it was the first episode of the season, and now they have a new intro. And the thing that's so cool about this new intro is that Coinbase is on it. So the intro kind of overlays Silicon Valley, and it's got different companies that you'll recognize. And now Coinbase has been added. So it's just another story about how we're going mainstream. You see, it's funny because it's a stack of Bitcoins. So will cryptocurrency play a part on the actual show itself? I would think, I don't know for sure. I'm not a producer. I'm not a writer. The show's been going through some changes. They had to get rid of one of their actors that you may not know was embroiled in a sex scandal. But so they're going through a lot of changes on the show right now. And I think it makes sense that if Silicon Valley is about edgy kind of startup industries, then it makes sense to add cryptocurrency into it somewhere. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys watch the show regularly. I personally don't. I just have too many shows that I keep up with. So if you watch the show and you know that maybe there is a cryptocurrency reference in it, go ahead and drop us a comment below and let us know about it. But I would be surprised if by the end of this season of the show, if there was not at least some kind of reference to cryptocurrency. Probably Bitcoin, but who knows? Maybe Tron.
I'm Jay Maynard, the Tron guy. I'm 50 years old. I originally made the costume for a science fiction convention, put pictures of it up on the internet, and it just kind of exploded from there. I am an internet celebrity. One of the first, if not the first, to translate that into real world fame as well.
Okay, so kind of some sad news coming out of Litecoin. If you have not heard of LitePay, LitePay was supposed to be an easy way to streamline using Litecoin for transactions, and it was going to come with a debit card. So LitePay and Litecoin Foundation are two different companies, and the founder of LitePay has now decided he's going to cease all operations on LitePay. So it's not really great. It just kind of is a black eye, in my opinion, on Litecoin, because Litecoin had really put a lot of stock into LitePay. They really hyped it up. And so now that it's not going to happen is very disappointing. So the one glimmer of hope here is that the founder, Kenneth Azari, I'm not exactly sure that's how you pronounce it, but I think that's it. He's going to be selling the company. So maybe someone can come in and buy the company and get LitePay back on track. But at the bare minimum, we're looking at such a huge delay that, is not even really worth focusing on at this point. So personally, I do not own Litecoin. I have owned Litecoin in the past, and I sold it on some spikes. But, I want Litecoin to succeed. It's one of the top, 5 tokens right now, or 5 coins. And, if the big ones at the top succeed, it pulls up the smaller ones too. So this is really disheartening for a lot of reasons. But, my heart goes out to the Litecoin community. If you're a big Litecoin fan or you hold like a lot of bags of it, then I know this is really disappointing to you too. But hopefully in this journey of cryptocurrency that we're all on, Litecoin will learn from the mistakes that it made working with LitePay, and maybe another coin will be able to come up with a solution to make transactions more functional, that we can actually use our coins instead of having to convert to fiat. So let us know what you think about our videos. We would love to get some constructive criticism. We're trying to make our videos better. We're trying to make them a little more funny to really fit what we do here at the channel. So if you have any suggestions or comments, or there's stuff we're doing you don't like, just let us know down below in the comments. And not only will we respond to you, but who knows, we might even make some changes. So that is your daily crypto news.